Come on, man, pick up. Come on. Come on, man, pick up. Finally, there you are. Where have you been? I've been calling you for the past, 6 days now. Quarantine. I had to throw out the next 4 episodes of News Time. For what? This coronavirus? Who? The queer therapist from the I Show? Man, get out of here. Look, all I know is Tom Hanks got it. Idris Elba got it. I want it. I don't care if it's been killing thousands of people across the earth. You get that Coromo Brown virus over to me. You hear me? All right, let's do this. Now I gotta come think up a news time.
It's news time. Delivering to you the news you didn't know about, the news you didn't care about, and the news you didn't know you cared about. With host, Chad White. Now, here's that host, Chad White.
Welcome back to News Time. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the coronavirus news that you didn't know about. Okay, so look, for the first time in months, I had News Time planned out well into the summer, but this coronavirus is screwing up my plans for themed episodes, so now I'm forced to go along with the narrative this stupid virus is painting for this season on Earth. And yes, I do look at years as seasons, and yes, it is because I watch too much TV. And also, yes, I do want to jump off a bridge. I admitted it. Yeah, happy? The coronavirus is affecting everything from work life to home life and movie production. And most of all, though, it's hitting what we'd usually do on our days off. Concerts and conventions are out of the question, sure, but dining out, bar hopping, and even something as simple as going to the movies are now out of the question. The latter of which has led to the worst box office numbers of the past 20 years. The worst weekend since the one following 9/11. Yes, that bad. About $55 million in ticket sales were made this past weekend. The only movie to make any chunk of change was Disney Pixar's Onward, which only gained $10 million, a 73% drop from its debut in the previous week. And who's to say that's not the audience saying they're tired of white male leads like Chris Pratt and third Spider-Man, whose name escapes me as I write this script. Also note the 2015 movie The Good Dinosaur, Pixar's first loss and first boring movie, which dropped 59% after its first weekend. Then there's the KJ Apastar, really? You remember his name but not the second British Spider-Man? Faith-driven, I Still Believe, as it brought in $9.5 million. The cynics of the world might add that the recent weeks of films haven't been the best, so a drop was expected, but not this much. And come on, a faith-based movie versus Pixar, you're just asking for a loss. We're in a panic right now. I'm not just referring to everyone who bought all the paper towel products at Targets this weekend. Seriously, how much pooping do you expect to do under quarantine? All of it? All of the pooping? To add to the movie-going troubles, both AMC and Regal thought it best to continue operations only at half capacity. Social distancing has been suggested as a way to secure your health if you have to venture out into public, which, and this is true, did not deter the other 15 or so people at my local arts theater to cluster together during my Sunday matinee of The Invisible Man. And it sure as shit didn't stop the 3 women that showed up late to sit directly behind me and yap for most of the movie, even after I moved up 3 rows. I've been social distancing master my entire life, baby. You're in my court now. AMC and Regal's 50% standard will be in effect until late April. AMC is furthering the deal by capping ticket sales to 250 in their 500-seat theaters. Theaters across the globe are seeing complete closings. 32 international markets like China and 15 markets in the UK are closed indefinitely. Movies shooting in different countries are shuttered. Even the US, a market that houses upwards of 5,400 theaters, isn't immune, as Pennsylvania, Jersey, New York, and LA theaters are closing down. More than 30 of the biggest movies of this year Fear and Next have been silenced. Production companies aren't taking chances with the pandemic. I almost said epidemic. Even if the moviegoer is more likely to attend a showing. And this just in, NBC Universal is going to be releasing its latest meant-for-theater movies straight to on-demand services for $20 per rental period. While I haven't exactly mentioned the virus that shan't be named nor the disease it creates, we know what I'm referring to. It's got a hold of our zeitgeist, and it's not letting go. Besides social distancing, staying indoors, and not being racist, which is odds number one on the list, you dummies, maybe it's time we not let this whole experience shape our entertainment industry or the joy we get from it. So the 2019-2020 season is going to be shorter. Who cares if you can't go see Black Widow in theaters? Use the extra time at home to enjoy life with the people you love. The cast of the show you've been meaning to start but just hadn't had the time to. West Wing, here I come. Hey look, but before we get to that, why don't you subscribe and check out one of our videos. Of course, you can always head to the website cpluscomedy.com where there's so many great interviews that you can't wait to read them all. So please read them. Don't just click. Read them. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ChadBlackWhite. Like us on Facebook. Listen to the Constitutionals podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And it's about high time that I get back to the West Wing, if you'll excuse me. I just started watching Cheers again. I'm sorry.